Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. I'm Missy Gordon.
They say good things come to those who wait. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz SUV family proves otherwise. It takes no time at all to set up a test drive at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at mdusa.com.
If you love trivia, if you love the hugely popular Stuff You Should Know podcast, then the Trivial Pursuit game, Stuff You Should Know edition, is for you. With 600 questions, weird and unbelievable trivia in categories like myths, legends, and conspiracies. SYSK selects a mix of topics handpicked by podcast hosts Josh and Chuck. Give the gift of trivia this holiday. Find Trivial Pursuit, the Stuff You Should Know edition at your favorite retailer or wherever you shop the board games.
At Ralph, we know the holiday season is going to be special for everyone. So use the Ralph app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. That way you'll get all the fresh holiday specialties you love at prices that are lower than low. Ralph, fresh for everyone.
And with Ralph's Delivery Now, you can have holiday favorites delivered in just 30 minutes. Some restrictions apply. See Ralphs.com for details. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job boards, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You know you worked hard to build your wealth. You also know one must plan for the twists and turns ahead, the children growing up, empty nest realities, and the joys of retirement. There's something else you need to know. You're not alone in this. You have a wealth management partner in Edelman Financial Engines to work with you every step of the way. Whether it's personalized advice or a modeling of over 38,000 investments monthly to keep you current and focused. It also helps to know that we use a cost-effective, integrated approach to wealth planning, from tax-optimized portfolios to life-focused advice for retirement and the possibilities ahead. If you're asking, what more can I do to take my wealth potential to the next level? Call to schedule a free, no-obligation meeting with an Edelman Financial Engines advisor who knows what that takes. Call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit planefe.com today.
Is your business growing? Bay Alarm Commercial Fire and Security Systems are designed to change as your needs change. So you're right for now and ready for next. Go to bayalarm.com to get protected today.
ACO 28CCL880138.
We know you listen to KFI, but when it's that time of year, you can hear your favorite Christmas music right now on the official holiday music station, Coast 103.5.
It's beginning to look a lot like this.
All your favorite holiday songs. Coast 103.5, your home for the holidays.
The year 103.5.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app on this Thanksgiving Eve. I'm glad you're here. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The number of people killed by the man who drove an SUV into a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin has gone up to 6. Prosecutors say an 8-year-old boy who'd been hit was in the hospital, has died. We'll talk more about this at 5:50 with ABC's Eric Katursky. Cops in Santa Ana are trying to figure out if a series of burglaries at an apartment complex are connected to the same people. The San Francisco DA says he's charged 9 people with felonies in connection with a series of shoplifting robberies, including smash and grabs at some of the city's high-end boutiques. And a new football league is getting ready to kick off its inaugural season. The United States Football League says its season will be played in the spring and early summer. Right now, let's talk a little tech with KTLA's Rich DeMero. You can follow him on social media at Rich on Tech. His website is richontech.tv. Rich, good morning.
Hey there, good morning to you, Jennifer. Happy pre-Thanksgiving.
Happy pre-Thanksgiving to you. Look at you rubbing elbows with Tim Cook.
I know, quite the get for an interview. We went to the new store opening at the Grove. The Grove happens to be one of Apple's most popular stores worldwide. They operate like several hundred of them. And so they came up with a new store, brand new. It's really beautiful, and it looks like the Grove inside because there's actual live trees inside this giant store. So it's beautiful. But then, Jennifer, Tim Cook walks out and he says, "Hey, Rich, let's chat." And so, of course, it was prearranged, but you know what I mean. And we had a great time. We talked about all kinds of stuff like, what he thinks about Los Angeles. He says Apple has a good relationship with this city. And, of course, I asked him what's next, and he was a little sly. He couldn't reveal everything. But he did say that Apple will have the next big thing at some point.
Oh, the next big thing. Okay, I like it. And don't tell anybody it was prearranged. Just feel like Tim totally knew who I was. He watches me every morning. Duh.
I mean, he was probably like, I've wanted to do this interview for so long. And I'm like, likewise.
Oh, that is cool. Well, congratulations. That's a huge get. All right, Speaking of Apple, it is sued to stop a spyware group from using its products. How were they using it in the first place, and how did Apple find out about it and take this action?
Yeah, this is a really big deal. This is the NSO group. Basically, this is a software firm based in Israel that their entire job is to help governments and people hack into iPhones. And so they've used this software that they come up with, this Pegasus software, to exploit iPhones and for bad reasons. Basically, they help these governments a lot of times, find dissidents, activists, government officials. And this can really be bad because it can take control of their microphone, their camera, all kinds of stuff. So you and I'm a journalist. That's actually another, so are you. Journalists are also a big target. So basically Apple's saying, you know what, we don't like this. We don't want you to have access to our products. You're using them in a way that was not intended. And so they're suing to keep this company from being able to ever use any of their products or software again because all they're trying to do is exploit it. And that's really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see exactly why they would want to do this. All right, Handel was just complaining yesterday that his tile never works. Then we found out it's because probably he hasn't installed the app on his phone to make it work. He thinks if you just put the actual tile on your keychain, that you'll just push a button and it will just magically know where his phone is or his keys are, whatever it is. Turns out Life 360 is buying tile, and maybe they will have better instructions for people like Handel.
Yeah, well, we call that user error. But anyway, it's fine. I'm sure it was an honest mistake. But yes, Tile has been in this kind of gray area for so long. Really cool product. A lot of people love it, but it never has gotten to the next level. But now they're getting purchased by an app called Life 360, which makes a very popular family tracking app. And so this is really going to upgrade the effectiveness of Tile because it'll better be able to compete with Apple's AirTags, because everyone who has the Life 360 app installed on their phone, which is about 30 million people, will now help find these tiles. So it increases their finding capability, I think they said by 10 times, which is a pretty big deal. So now, when you buy one of these tiles, you can rest assured that you probably should be able to locate it wherever it is, because so many people have that app installed on their phone, minus Handle, to help you find these things.
All right, that sounds good. And finally, let's get to these holiday shopping tips and tools, because there are a lot of people who wait until Black Friday, and they say, hey, I want to wait for those specific deals because maybe I want to, buy a gift that's a little bit bigger than normal, but I need to make sure that it's still in my price range, so I'm waiting for the sale.
Absolutely. I tell everyone, make a list now, shop for it over the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, basically we'll see pretty much the same deals. Deals are going to be a little bit tougher to come by this year because of the whole supply chain issues. You obviously want to shop early because of the shipping delays. But a couple things I like to do. Number one, like I said, make that list. So that way on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you are going to these websites to find stuff that you actually need and want, and you can check those off your list. The Honey extension is really great because it finds coupon codes, and sometimes it even helps you out with a bigger discount by letting you purchase a gift card in the amount of your purchase, and then quickly, it's a neat little feature, but it does save extra money. Camel, I like. That's for Amazon price checks. I know it's a funny name, but you put an Amazon product in there, and it will tell you, oh, this is $79. Is that the cheapest price it's ever been? Yes, so buy it. Google search, definitely your friend. Just type in the item you want along with deals, and then this is the best part. You got to click on the news tab. And basically, all these bloggers get a little cut of the product if you click on their article and buy it. So they're incentivized to actually blog about the best deals. So that, to me, is like the best way to find the best deals, is that if you want an iPad, type in iPad Pro deals, and then click the news tab on Google, and you'll see someone has written about the best deals, and that way you can find it. And believe me, they're out there. These people, they make a living off of these blog posts about these products.
I love it. Rich, your information is always great. We can find it at richontech.tv, your website. And, of course, just go to Rich on Tech, your social media, and watch you on KTLA as you rub elbows with Tim Cook this morning.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll have him this morning, and I've got the full interview on my richontech.tv as well. So check it out if you're interested in Apple.
Awesome, we will. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thanks, Jennifer. Can't wait for that turkey.
I know, me too. All right, see you later, Rich. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, let's get to a couple more stories before we get to CNBC's Jane Wells with our business.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. The Falcon 9 with the DART mission on the way for humanity's first ever planetary defense test mission.
Ooh, NASA launched its first planetary defense test mission, the DART spacecraft, short for Double Asteroid Redirection Test, lifted off from Vandenberg Air Force Base last night on that SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It's a test run to try out new technology, and if all goes well in September next year, it will slam head-on into an asteroid at 15,000 miles an hour. But this is the plan. It's supposed to do that. When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like this. The 2022 Grammy Award nominations have been announced. R&B jazz musician Jon Batiste leads with 11 nods, including nominations for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best Music Video. Justin Bieber and Her each received 8 nominations. Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo both earned 7. The Grammy Awards are set to air in January. And The Weeknd's hit single Blinding Lights has been named #1 on Billboard's Greatest Songs of All Time Hot 100 chart. It dominated the #1 spot for 4 weeks, had a record-breaking run on Billboard's Hot 100 chart, and had the most weeks as a top 5 hit. Blinding Lights has now passed Chubby Checker's 1960s The Twist as the all-time #1 song. When we come back, it's our Business Buzz with CNBC's Jane Wells, and we'll talk bad news for Nordstrom's and Gap. And if you're somebody who's a big fan of the Noble Fir Christmas tree, you might want to figure out where you can save another couple of bucks in your holiday decorations, because that particular tree is going to cost you more. And we'll find out why 19 is Apple's favorite number when we talk with Jane in just a few minutes. But right now, let's get another look at your drive in the 215.
Definitely going to be a mess for you. First thing this morning, out of Moreno Valley into Riverside, Jen. As you make your way past Box Springs before Central, a wreck involving an overturned car has the 2 right lanes shut down. Looks like there's an airship on the way, so definitely going to keep you updated on this one. 215 north, a mess for your drive through Moreno Valley from before Cactus as you make your way towards Central, and the 60 westbound not seeing any improvement for you there as you come away from Pigeon Pass as you make your way toward the 215 merge. So it may be an opportune time to use Alessandro as an alternate to get to the 91 coming off the 215 or heading southbound off the 60 toward Alessandro will definitely save you a bit of time this morning. Got an update on this or anything else going down your drive down 250 on the cell phone. Keyword KFI traffic, westbound side of the 91 through Corona. Seeing some heavy delays for you right now from Lincoln as you make your way past Green River. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nicole O'Keene.
We survived winter in Siberia, my mother told me, by literally eating dirt. Hello, I'm John Akoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that, but dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to help, so we're bringing back our Hero Helps program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay. But our most popular program was handing out canned goods. Rooter Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to rooterhero.com/herohelps for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-DRAIN-77 for a Rooter Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
702-8886.
SoCal weather from KFI is actually pretty important because of your holiday forecast. So we've got red flag warnings that are taking effect today, lasting through Friday. And this could mean SoCal Edison power shut-off because they want to, of course, get ahead of any fires that might actually happen. But we've got the Santa Ana winds that are coming in, especially tomorrow on your Thanksgiving Day. Otherwise, temperatures are just going to be in the 70s and low 80s for the next few days. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this is not a loan. This is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money, and what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to innovationrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. Innovationrefunds.com. It's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. Innovationrefunds.com. They help me. I'm sure they can help you. Innovationrefunds.com.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/TA/SPART. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Sometimes love can be deadly. The Crazy in Love podcast digs into real-life stories of relationships that took a gruesome turn. Each week, explore a new case about murder in the name of love.
She was obsessed. She was a stalker. She wouldn't take no for an answer.
Overkill is an outward manifestation of the highest level of anger a human being can actually achieve.
Listen to Crazy in Love on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo.
The holidays are right around the corner. If you or someone you know needs help, the SoCal Honda dealers want to hear your story. Submit a voice message or text message by visiting KFIAM640.com, keyword helpful. And that helpful Honda guys and gals in blue may help bring you some holiday cheer.
Advanced Hair Restoration is now offering $250 off and $250 free hair grafts for the same simple one-day treatment I received. Their standard of care always exceeds CDC guidelines, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. Call 844-333-HAIR or go to advancedhair.com.
Help us provide more than 25,000 meals every week to kids in need in Southern California. Donate right now to the KFI Pastathon at pastathon.com. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Doing our biz bites this morning in just a second, she is. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to your Thanksgiving Eve. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. SoCal Edison says fire-related power shutoffs could put a damper on Thanksgiving because of red flag warnings in parts of L.A. and Ventura counties. LAPD Chief Moore says recent crime sprees are largely due to the abundance of guns. Jurors in Georgia are trying to decide the fate of 3 white men charged in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. And rapper Snoop Dogg has helped provide Thanksgiving meals for thousands of people in Inglewood. As I mentioned, it's time for our Business Buzz with CNBC's Jane Wells, brought to you by SoCal Gas. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/business-rebates. You can follow Jane on social media at Jane Wells and be sure to subscribe to her brilliantly written articles on all things business at janewells.bulletin.com. Jane, good morning. Let's all subscribe and follow. Yes, Eric Lizardo might be, Jane, I'm just putting it out there, might be making a special guest appearance on Wake Up Call. I know.
Okay, will you give me a heads up? I need to know that. Okay.
I will. We'll give you a heads up if and when it happens, but I'm just saying he might be a special guest in the very near future. So, all right, let's talk now. Nordstrom's and Gap, bad news for them.
Oh, my gosh. So retail sales have been surprisingly strong, but that doesn't mean everywhere. So first I'm going to start with Nordstrom, which I feel bad for because looters seem to be targeting their stores. And they just reported a terrible quarter, and the stock is down 26%. I mean, it's lost a fourth of its value overnight. And now, the thing is, overall sales were good, but profits fell really short, and Nordstrom blamed higher labor costs as part of that. But everybody's dealing with that, and that didn't stop Macy's and Kohl's from doing well. And they also blamed weak sales at Nordstrom Rack, and they plan to invest better in branding and inventory there. But yeah, serious hit to Nordstrom shares overnight.
Now, could it also be, though, I mean, if you look at Macy's and Kohl's, they are less expensive than if you shop at Nordstrom. Could that also factor into it?
Well, no, they like I said, their top line, the revenues, the people who are buying stuff as they're getting ready to go back to work. It was the bottom line, their profit after they took out all their costs, and they're blaming labor. Now they probably must pay their labor more, but it was just such a shock to the street apparently that, they did so poorly, and their outlook wasn't particularly good compared to Macy's. Now, Gap had a different problem. Gap is down almost 21% this morning overnight. It's a supply chain crisis deal for Gap. A lot of their apparel is made in Asia, especially in Vietnam, and COVID closed the factories in Vietnam for a while, and we know the shipping situation. Gap is saying it's been seeing delays of at least 3 weeks on items, and it's spending more to get stuff over here by air. So as a result, between the losses in sales from shipping delays and the extra cost for air freight, that's costing it a total of about $1 billion.
That makes a little more sense, I think, than the Nordstrom one, just because you can see that. It's black and white in any news story that you see.
And there were a couple of bright spots at Gap, which also, owns Banana Republic and Old Navy. They have been able to raise prices, and people are paying them, and it has this new deal with Yeezy, and CNBC reports that the Yeezy hoodie brought in the most sales in one day online from a single item in Gap history.
Oh my God. Who knew that the man formerly known as Kanye West would be their hero?
Well, the guy's got a golden touch. You can add an extra zero to whatever he's selling, and people will buy it.
Well, if, he wants to be a part of Wake Up Call, all he's got to do is call. I'm just saying, if he's out there listening, just give me a call. If you're out there, call. All right, HP says it's doing pretty good because people are going back to work.
Yes, HP shares are up almost 5% going into the open this morning. It had a good quarter. Probably could have been better because it's also dealing with supply chain constraints. But what was interesting about the report is the CEO tells CNBC that companies are starting to buy more desktops as people go back to the office. So I guess they're doing a refresh. I wonder what happens with all the equipment they bought people to work from home. But anyhow, it's good for HP.
Okay, when it comes to Elizabeth Holmes, honestly, Jane, the more this trial goes on, I almost feel like it gets worse and worse and worse for her. The more information that comes out.
Well, that might be why she is taking a stand to testify in her own defense, which is always a risky strategy. But this is a young woman who got billionaires to invest in her idea. And maybe she thinks, look, I can convince these 12 people the government doesn't have a case beyond a reasonable doubt. But some of the most damning evidence up to date against her has been these doctored documents where Theranos put the logos of Pfizer and Shearing Plow on these glowing reviews of her lab. But Theranos wrote these reports, not Pfizer and Shearing Plow. Pfizer and Shearing Plow did not give permission to use the logos. And those reports with the Photoshopped logos were used to convince investors to give Theranos money. Well, here's the bombshell. In court yesterday, Holmes admitted she put the logos on the report. It was her idea. She did it. But she testified she didn't mean to mislead anyone. She did it, she did it, quote, because this work was done in partnership with those companies, and I was trying to convey that, and I wish I'd done it differently.
Oh, okay, well, that's a little Monday morning quarterbacking of yourself. Goodness.
I think maybe the idea is the best defense is a good offense, and the evidence is so obvious and damning. I am a little surprised she didn't say, I didn't know about that, somebody else did that. But perhaps the other witnesses made it so clear she did that she decided, you know what, I'm going to own it, and I'm going to explain to you in my very deep voice and my lovely way and my magical eyes that I really didn't need to mislead anyone.
Maybe that's it. She thought she'd put them all in a trance. And they'd be like, oh, wow, we totally believe her now.
Oh, but my favorite part is it reminds, you know, I've been calling the Elizabeth Holmes trial the white-collar version of the O.J. Simpson case, although, you know, it doesn't have quite the crowd. But it reminded me yesterday of the trial. Our producer, Yasmin Korm, is outside court, and someone started selling merch outside. It used to happen at the Simpson trial all the time. A woman came selling blonde wigs, black turtlenecks, red lipstick, and a, quote, blood energy drink. And she's doing all right until security told her you can't sell stuff on federal property. But God bless America.
Capitalism at its finest right there. Taking opportunities. I like it. What is the Jrr Token?
It is the one token to rule them all. I found this story in Market Watch in the New York Post that made me laugh. So a guy in Florida, created this cryptocurrency called the Jrr Token. And the estate of Jrr Token found out about it and basically said, you shall not have. The estate took the Jrr Token to court saying, look, this is a really flagrant violation of the trademark, and the judge agreed and did a cease and desist. But this is my favorite part of this story. So the guy in Florida hired Billy Boyd, this is quoted in the New York Post, earlier, the guy who plays Pippin in the movie.
Oh, right.
And Billy Boyd made a video for Jrr Token saying, quote, Saruman was trying to unify Middle-earth under centralized rule, whereas the Fellowship wanted decentralization. Cryptocurrency is literally a decentralized network. Now, kudos for, B for effort. The Fellowship, by the way, was not seeking decentralization. They all, wanted to be ruled under Aragon. But in any case, the Tolkien folks won, and they can now protect their precious legacy.
Oh, why is 19 Apple's favorite number?
Isn't it weird? This is Wall Street Journal started researching this because they have this new how much would you pay for a polishing cloth for your Apple devices? A polishing cloth. Apple is selling one for $19, and it's on back order. Now, the journal did some digging, discovered that a lot of its small accessories, charging cables, adapters, they're all priced at $19. It says the company sees it as sort of a Goldilocks number. It's not too low, it's not too high. It's not $20.
Right.
But it's not 12. This would be a cheap product. 19 makes you feel like the polishing cloth is quality, and only Apple can get away with it. But it's also not $19.99. Everything else you buy from Apple ends in a $9.99, $149.99, $299.99. It's just 19, because we all know $19.99 is 20.
Right. But if it's 19, it's not 20.
No, it's like it's 19.
That's so bizarre. I never even noticed that until you sent me that story last night, and I went, oh my gosh, they do that. And finally, if you like specifically a certain kind of tree, it's going to cost you more this year. Not that they all won't, but Christmas trees are just going to be pricey, period.
Right. I was in Oregon this week for CNBC. By the way, when I was coming home last night on 101, I saw the DART mission take off. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Oh, you
gosh,
did?
Oh, my gosh, that's a rocket. It was amazing. Noble firs, which are only grown in Oregon and Washington for Christmas, they had severe damage during the heat. There was like a heat wave in June where they had over 115 degrees for 3 days straight. A lot of the trees got burned. They're not usable this year. They may grow out and be usable next year, but there's a little bit of a shortage. And so trees are up like a wholesale noble fir, 7 feet tall, wholesaling for $50. Oh, that means it's going to be over $100 to buy retail. Plus labor, transportation, everything up. But the real thing to think about, Jennifer, is Christmas 2029. Because 70% of the noble fir seedlings planted in Oregon, 70% gone from that heat. So they're going to have to blend, cut some trees soon in 2029 to make a crop. But if we have another catastrophic heat event in the Pacific Northwest, it's really going to impact the Christmas tree prices and the Christmas future for quite a while.
Absolutely. All right, Jane, thank you so much. And I understand this is going to be our final business buzz with you for the year.
Mele Kalikimaka. I'm heading to Kona. I know I sound like a jerk saying that, but I've earned it. I'm going to spend December in Kona.
You
and,
have earned
it's
it.
too early.
No, you have earned it, and this is why we all want to be doing well.
Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. I love you all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Mwah. We love you too, and we will talk to you next year. Bye, Jane. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, we come back, we're going to talk with ABC's Aaron Katursky. We've learned a whole lot more about the chain of events that went down in Waukesha, Wisconsin when that driver drove his car into the Christmas parade. The driver has now been charged in this case, and also we learned that a sick person, a child, died from all of this. So we'll talk with Aaron about the latest details in the case in just a few minutes. Right now, let's clear up your drive on the 215.
As you make your way out of Morena Valley, still packed in pretty tight for your drive from well before Cactus as you make your way toward Alphonse Springs and Central, where an earlier wreck had an overturned car involved. 2 right lanes were shut down. They have reopened. You still can see a busy drive heading northbound on the 215, though, as you make your way beyond UCR toward the Riverside Interchange. And the 60 West Morena Valley portion still pretty heavy for you from taking past toward the 215 merge, westbound side of the 91 through Corona out of Riverside. From before Magnolia, going to be heavy stretches of slowing for your drive as you make your way past Green River. Orange County still looking pretty good. Not seeing anything major going down for your drive there. On the northbound side of the 5 in La Mirada Valley View, a couple of cars got into it. Looks like everything's getting clear to the right shoulder, but definitely still going for you off the 91. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Medicare annual enrollment is now here. It's open. And whether you're about to sign up for Medicare or you're already on a plan, navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. So let me suggest calling AGA-MedicareOptions.com. Their agents will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your unique situation and budget. All the agents are local. They live and work right here in Southern California. You get an agent assigned to you who will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. Plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and changes occur every single year. So set up a benefit review to ensure you're still on the best plan, or you will be, and it's free. Call pound 250 on your cell and say the keyword My Medicare, pound 250 on the cell, and simply say My Medicare, or visit AGA-MedicareOptions.com. That's AGA